I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain
Coming home on vacation.
all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and they've forgiven my
You know what? Man, forget this. Dude, you know what?
Okay.
Seriously.
Oh.
Welcome back to No Onions, No Tomatoes. This is what I'm coming back to. I leave 80, 83, 85, 88 degrees in Florida. Come back home expecting it to be spring, and it's 40 degrees today. And it's gonna snow tonight and tomorrow.
But listen, we had a good time. We went to Memphis. We got to see the Civil Rights Museum at the Lorraine Hotel.
Yes, Mississippi.
We partied on Beale Street.
Whoa.
That one night.
We went
Ooh.
viral there.
And then went to the Masters.
To Augusta, man.
Saw Tiger Woods and Phil
Yeah,
and
Freddie
Couples play a couple holes
It
together.
was great.
Spent time at Cocoa Beach in Orlando.
Oh man,
So stop your complaining right now, mister.
you forgot. You
Oh,
forgot
was it?
Orlando.
No, I said Orlando.
Okay.
No. All right.
Do I really have to do this?
No. Yes, this is. We've committed to the people. The people need us.
So selfish out there. Selfish.
Selfish.
All right, so check it out.
All right.
We're here to recap Texas.
Did we watch it?
You watched some of it while I was driving up through the Smoky Mountains.
Smoky Mountains of Tennessee and Georgia.
So yeah, so it was really interesting for us because the way we followed it was listening on Sirius XM MRN broadcast.
Excellent.
Mwah. Excellent, and then also following it on DirecTV and
On my phone.
on your phone, on the iPad, hotspotted in. Turns out that it was probably the most exciting race of the year so far, and we were driving and listening to it. But it came off as awesome on the radio and what we listened to.
Absolutely.
Yep. And who won this race? I don't remember.
My driver won this race.
Okay, so Kyle Busch is on a roll, and here we go again. Everybody's talking about Ford dominating. All I know is Kyle Busch is probably with the exception of Daytona.
Yep.
Is averaging. I'd say going into this race, he was averaging a 2.33.
He's probably about 2.1.
2.1. This guy went out and not just won, he dominated. He led 116 laps.
That's right.
He won the second stage.
That's right. And he came in second in the first stage.
Came in second in the first stage. It was some solid 500-mile grueling race.
Good pit stops.
Yes, because a lot of drivers took themselves out.
Yes.
Kevin Harvick, who incidentally finished second, however, had multiple pit road issues. He had a guy fall over the wall. then he had a pit gun. The lug nut got stuck in the jack, which is just freak. And then he had an uncontrolled tire, but he didn't get called for that penalty, which. Hot take horn.
Hot take horn. All right,
So-
give it to me.
Okay, so NASCAR, what are you doing? Okay, you can't make these kind of mistakes. Okay, so I guess you see me, right?
I see you, baby.
You can't make these kind of mistakes, NASCAR. You guys are up there in that control center. That was clearly an uncontrolled tire. The tire must be within arm's length of a crew member. It was literally outside of the pit box, and he was not called for a penalty. And then Kevin Harvick, what does this guy do? This guy.
Yeah.
After the race, he's complaining about the air guns, and I'm like, hey, bro, you got away with a penalty that he would have fit. That was a final stop of the day. That if he would have been penalized for that, he would have not finished second.
I mean,
This guy, Harvick. That's all. Every week.
Let's just move right along then.
All right, so he came back. He led 87 laps. You know,
And he did win the first stage.
yeah, he was dominating the race for a while.
That's right.
You know, NASCAR also added some tire differences, so they changed the tires, which caused some wrecks.
Oh man!
And I mean, here's the thing, NASCAR. I mean,
we had 8 cautions.
8 cautions, and they were
48 laps.
these guys were cutting tires down and they were pounding the wall. Those guys are hanging those turns at like 200 miles an hour there. If you cut a tire, you're pounding the wall. Suarez, for instance, he cut a tire, hit the wall, and fractured his thumb. He will be racing this weekend at Bristol, but that's an issue, man.
Yeah. We had a lot of good cars wreck out.
Yes.
We had some big wrecks that you usually don't have. I think they said last year they had very few caution laps and for wrecks, and this year we had a bunch come out.
So if you look at this, if you look at how these guys finished, if you look at the bottom, these are the guys who finished at the bottom. 37. We got Martin Truex finishing last.
That's right.
We have Kyle Larson. We got Jimmy Johnson. We got Denny Hamlin. Oh, James, sorry. And we got Brad Keselowski, Eric Almirola. You can go up to Suarez, Austin Dillon at 26. These guys, there were some really good cars that wrecked out.
So here's the thing. We have Cole Witt, Greg Galding, Landon Castle, Harrison Rhodes, all finishing ahead of those top tier drivers.
Man, okay. Gee, that is... Those and Ross Chastain.
Oh, he's my favorite.
So what this allowed was for some guys to have some all-time days and some great days.
That's
if
right.
you look inside this top 10, after you get past Kyle, of course, and Harvick, you got Jamie McMurray. We have Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney. Then we have Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, Darrell Bubba Wallace, rookie, finishing 8th. Kansas Clint Boyer, 9th. And another rookie, William Byron, finishing 10th. Was awesome. And then Chase Elliott rebounded, but we're going to talk about him in a minute.
That's right. So a lot of good cars wrecked out. Like
Yep.
you said, gave a lot of people chances. What does this leave with our point standings?
Okay. High tech telestrator.
All right.
First of all, as you guys can see, the penmanship's a little bit better. That means that I didn't do this. Thanks, honey.
You're welcome, babe.
So if you look at this, Kyle Busch rightly is leading this thing right now. And this is big time. You guys see it's 316 points. And then we got Logano, we got Blaney, we got Harvick, and we got Truex in 5th, right? So what I want to look at again, we got Harvick here. Just remember that red, minus 20 points from the penalties at Vegas, and the big one, minus the 7 points for playoffs. He would have 19 points. He only has 12 at this time. Now we can look at the rest of the top 10. It's a who's who guy. These are guys. Clint Boyer, of course, is driving out of his mind. Really happy for Kansas Clint.
Like Yahoos.
Absolutely. But who I want to talk about is this guy here. In 18th place, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott received his second penalty of the season, L1 penalty, level 1, which means that you lose points. He has lost now a total of 45 points. He is sitting in 18th place in the standings with 128 points. If you add in that 45 points that he's missing, he'd have, 173. Look at that.
Oh.
I got it right. And that means that he would be in 16th place. And we all know why 16th place is important, because that is the cutoff for who makes the playoffs. So we're gonna be looking at Chase Elliott all year, those minus 45 points. And he also loses his crew chief for 2 races.
Yeah,
right?
big problems for Chase Elliott. Like, you can't have 2 L1 penalties, man.
And his penalty was in line with the same penalty that Harvick got, where the rear window was bowing down and actually the bracket broke, which increases downforce, allows the car to drive better. Got to go. Alan Duff's taking a 2-week vacation, while Kenny Francis is going to be up on the box for Chase Elliott.
All right, so you want to talk about the All-Star race? We made some changes to the All-Star
race.
Race.
Because NASCAR is endeavoring to improve this race for the fans, which I don't really see a reason to. The race is what the race is, and I mean, I don't take it that seriously where they need to keep doing these things, but I do appreciate. I guess I have to appreciate the effort. So what we're going to have now is we're going to have the open format, which is going to be it's going to be the race in. These are the drivers that aren't qualified in. You want to talk about the drivers that are qualified or how they qualify into this?
Yes, and
Okay.
so currently we have about 17 drivers who have qualified, and they're Ryan Blaney, Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, Matt Kenseth, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, McMurray, Newman, Stenhouse, and Truex Jr.
Absolutely. So how are you eligible? You're eligible if you want to race in 2017 or if you've won a race this year. So who do we add to that list? We're adding Boyer to that list now, and we're adding I believe is it Austin Dillon?
Yeah,
or is he already in?
they're already in there.
Yep. So and then also if you're a former All-Star race winner and you're competing full time, you're eligible. So that would mean that Jamie McMurray, that's how he gets in. And then series champions who are not otherwise eligible, and we don't have any of those. That would have been maybe a Matt Kenseth, but he also won last year though.
Won, yeah.
But that's just an example. And then the 3 stage winners in the Monster Energy Open qualifying race. So if you win a stage, you're moving forward, and so
people like Bubba and Byron.
Right. So that open race is the race that happens first, and it's going to be a 50-lap race. It's going to be a stage of 20 laps, then a 10-lap shootout.
Woo-woo!
So you're going to have this. This is going to be fun. And also another rule that NASCAR is instituting is that they're putting restrictor plates on these cars. So these cars are going to be. They're going to probably be bunched up, sort of like Talladega, but not in the same way. But that means that guys are it's going to shrink, the field and put them closer together. So
and then once the All-Star race begins, it's a 30-lap, 20-lap, 20-lap, 10-lap race.
Yeah, and then but this year I believe they also took out. They're not going to be taking drivers out of them. So
well, and also you're finishing the stage under green.
Yes, no stages will be finished
under caution,
which I think that is good
because it makes it racy.
Yeah. So again, I don't think that NASCAR really need to do anything to change it, but I applaud them for going in and changing it. It should be fun. This race goes off on Saturday, May 19th at Charlotte Speedway, and it's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern on Fox Sports 1 and MRN.
All right, so what about Monster Energy being the sponsor?
So Monster Energy has re-upped for another year with NASCAR, meaning that they're going to be the title sponsor.
Through 2019.
Yes.
Yes.
So again,
that's it though so far.
Yeah. They're doing 1-year deals. I guess just to see how it goes. It's interesting to see how NASCAR is having to fight for this and for this sponsorship, where before they were talking about asking for $1 billion deal. Now they're getting 1 year. Now they're year to year. It's really strange. You want to do a question before we get out of here?
Real quick.
Okay, we got a second. We're going to give you guys a question out of the bucket
Right
hat.
here. What is it?
I got you. Best wrestler.
Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, come on.
The American Dream.
Dusty.
He's dined with kings and queens and ate out of the dumpster with pork and beans. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream.
You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down, Ric Flair. Woo!
I'm gonna give you my bionic elbow right now from Dusty Rhodes.
All right. Well,
all right. Follow us, No Onions, No Tomatoes podcast on Facebook.
like, subscribe, do all that.
Look at
stuff.
YouTube. No Onions, No Tomatoes.
Tell your friends.
Twitter. Talk to you next week.
See ya.